And I hope everybody's got their props handy, cushions, straps, some chilled music. And if you'd like to come down to lie on your backs, first of all, we're going to start on our backs. And just settle yourself into the mat, breathing in and out through your nose, and perhaps do a cleansing breath as well. So before you settle into the mat, we're just going to breathe in deeply. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. So inhale deeply. Breathe into the lungs, feel the rib cage expand. Open the mouth and again sigh it out. Releasing the tension, letting it just sink to the mat. Breathing in and out through your nose. So as you bring an awareness to your breath, we're going to take you through a breathing technique just to take away stress, to take away anxiety. I'm going to do a counted inhale of 4, and I will start to extend your exhales through the counting. First of all, just find that regular rhythm of breathing in and out through your nose. Feeling the breath at the back of the throat, perhaps even hearing it in the ears like the sounds of the ocean. And let's begin with an inhale, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On your next inhale, inhale deeply, fill the lungs. Open the mouth and sigh it out. And take your arms overhead. Stretch through your fingertips, stretch through your toes. Keeping the right arm extended, roll over onto your right side, coming into fetal position, knees towards your chest. And then slowly bring yourself up to your knees. The first pose we're going to come into is a wide leg child's pose. So we're taking the knees as wide as is comfortable. If you have a blanket, you can take it further across the mat to support your knees if you need it. We're going to do a supported wide leg child's pose. So you might want to take your cushion, double it up if you want to, so it acts like a bolster. We're just going to have it along the torso. So You can pull it in towards your groin area and then just allow your body to fold over the edges. You can just have your hands either side like cactus arms, or open the palms, whichever way is comfortable for you. Just allow that pressure on the torso as you just fold yourself forward, and your head can be twisted to one side or the other, whichever is comfortable, or you can be on your forehead if you want to be. So the weight is towards your heels, and then you fold your body to support the body on the blanket. And allow yourself to rest here. We're just going to hold this for a couple of minutes before we move into the chakra stimulation on this. I'll just set my timer. So as we release our bodies onto the mats here in these poses, we want to think about the appropriate amount of stress to the joints, to the ligaments as we move beyond the muscle and work into the deeper tissue. Remembering that we're not working on our muscles here particularly, it's more about nourishing the synovial fluid, nourishing your ligaments, providing extra cushioning into the cartilage to protect your joints so you're not having bone on bone friction. And to do this, you need to be able to really open up in the body, let your gravity work for you. Am I on the wrong network? So make sure you're not holding any tension in the body, that the body weight is able to sink down. You're releasing any tension by releasing softness into the face, through the shoulders, through the belly, across the hips. And then if you're on a cushion, I'd like you to move mindfully here. Just bring your body upright slightly, remove the prop. And this time, as you come down into child's pose, bring your forehead down to the mat. Your arms can be long but soft. Make sure your third eye has contact with the mat. And you're gently going to just rock your head side to side, just between the two brow points, just to nourish the third chakra. The third eye, the chakra between your eyes. And this stimulates the release of hormones such as endorphin. It's a stress releasing hormone. So just do it mindfully, gently, and then can find some stillness. Just allowing that pressure to build on the third eye. Try not to speak into my chest or lift my head slightly a bit. Try to keep that pressure on the third eye. Then mindfully, let's release out of this pose. So engage through the abdominals slightly, engage the arm muscles as you walk the hands back to come and sit on your knees, heels to the bottom. And you can take a cushion if you need to. If you're feeling too much pressure in the knees, it's always okay to have a cushion between the backs of the thighs and the calf muscles, or even take the knees a little wider and sit directly on top of the cushion between your legs if that's more comfortable for your knees. I'm just going to work into some side stretches and into some neck releases. So we'll do the side stretch first of all. You can take a hand down, it doesn't matter which one you do. Just take it in line with the hip, away from your body, soften into the elbow and bring the upper arm above you and let it just dangle towards the floor. Your gaze can be towards the front, it can be down towards your hand, wherever it's comfortable so that you're not feeling any tension in the neck. And this upper arm that's dangling, just increasing the stretch all the way down the side of the body. So still feel that connection, that equal weight through the seat bones if they're resting on the cushion or your heels. But a softening into the upper body, finding that length, that stretch. I'm just going to hold this 2 minutes on both sides. So we'll do 2 minutes on the first side first. And as you feel yourself going deeper in this pose, you can slide the hand further away or you can bend deeper into the lower elbow, whatever is right for you. If you need to move your head, make sure you're moving it mindfully just to release any tension there might be in the neck. We want that message of softness to pass to the body, the rest of the body. So the first thing we do is soften the face. Release any tension there may be, either behind the eyes, or maybe shut down the eyes so you can feel that softness. Separate the teeth and loosen the tongue as you relax the tension in the jaw. Feel your body getting heavier. We're halfway through this side. Make sure you're not feeling any pins and needles. If they start, move mindfully out of the pose. Release it and then come back in mindfully. Thirty more seconds. And let the breath flow as it needs to flow in all of these poses. Just observe what's reacting in your body. Coming out of this mindfully, release the upper arm down, bring the body back upright and allow your spine to be straight for a moment. And allow the after effects as well to register in the body. What are you feeling? How are you feeling? If you feel like you need to roll the shoulders forwards, backwards, listen to your body. But we're just keeping it upright for a moment, just to let the spine settle again. Then we're taking the stretch down the other side. So move the other hand away from you, soften through the elbow. Take the upper arm over, let it dangle, and then work out where is best to take your gaze so that you're not holding any tension in the neck. Allowing yourself to open up in the pose through gravity, through your own body weight. 2 minutes on this side. But in these poses, we don't try and control our thoughts. We don't try and control our breath. We almost take a step away from ourselves to observe what is happening to us, what we're thinking, what we're feeling, how we're feeling. Get to know your deeper self. One more minute in this pose. Make sure your lower arm, the elbow is soft, so you're able to sink deeper into it as your body opens up. We apply this stress to the ligaments will start to lengthen, creating space in the body. Get a greater range of movement through holding these poses for longer, as well as getting more clarity in thought and mind, and slowing down the nervous system. 10 more seconds. Let the upper arm come back down to your side first as you bring the body back upright, moving mindfully because we're very soft in the muscles, so you don't want to jerk out of any poses and cause an injury. And again, if you need to take some shoulder rolls, hold the body straight first of all. If you need to come high on the knees, readjust the feet, that's absolutely fine, but move mindfully. We're staying on our knees just to take it through some neck rolls as well. So first of all, let's just drop the chin to the chest. Keep the body straight, the spine straight, so you're not opening up through the chest at all. Keep the arms in line with the torso rather than stick the chest out, and just drop the head down. And then we're going to slowly take the chin over to our right shoulder, lift the head up, and then drop it down to the right shoulder, taking it all the way across the collarbone to the left shoulder. Lift it up. Then continue that slow, controlled movement, side to side for a couple of circles. Coming back to stop in the centre after you've lifted it on the left side. Back to stop in the center, and then just let the head drop back so the weight of the head is falling down. You'll feel compression at the top of the spine, the base of the skull, energizing through the thyroid. Don't push the chest forward, it's just about dropping the head. And release. Coming back upright, we're going to come on to our toes this time. So curl the toes under as you sit on your heels. Again, always use a cushion if there's too much tension there. And you can come out of this toe curl at any point, but try to keep it there for as long as you can. Take a strap between your arms. I hope you've all got a strap handy. And we're just going to keep it at shoulder distance at first. If it's too tight, that's fine, you can take it wider. The wider it is, the easier it is, but we're going to take it above our head. If you can do shoulder distance, that's great. If not, don't worry. So take it up to our head and then take it back behind us as far as you can. So you're sitting on your toes and you're taking the arms back. It's an intense pose. We will feel some muscle engagement in the arms in this, but we're really stretching across the front of the shoulders. We're only going to hold it for a minute. See where it's at for you. The more intense you want it, the closer you take your hands together. The further back you take them behind your head. And if it's too intense for the knees, for the toes, just lift yourself out of it slightly and then come back into it. Moving mindfully, listening to your body. Less than halfway to go. 20 more seconds now. Final 10 seconds. And release. Release the arms down. Release the feet. And tap the toes out. And give the arms a shake. And then we're just going to come into a few cat and cow here. So your cat and cow, if you would like to, you can do it on your fists, thumbs pointing forward, just for a variation. Otherwise, the normal with your palms flat and fingers spread wide, whichever you want to do. And just find some movement on the inhale. You're dropping the belly, tilting the tailbone, looking up at the ceiling. Exhale, suck the belly in, round the upper spine. Just flow with your breath through a few of these. And as always, you can wag the tail if you want to, taking some extra movement into this. Two more with your flow. And then we're going to be coming back to a neutral tabletop so that we can come into threading the needle. There might be pressure on the knees, so if you need to cushion the knees with a blanket, then please take the blanket under the knees. Otherwise, extend one arm up to the ceiling. It doesn't matter which one, whichever one is the stronger one for you. And then take it under the armpit, extend it away from you so you can bring the side of the face down to the mat, the side of the shoulder down. Feel that extension first of all before you allow your arm to plant to the floor, palm open to the ceiling. And then your upper arm, take it behind the body, unless you feel you're getting more benefit by gently pushing away from the mat. Otherwise, the upper arm is behind the body and you can just drape across your spine. Or take the fingers into the opposite thigh crease, whichever is right for you. We're holding this pose for 3 minutes. So allow yourself, you've got time to work towards your maximum. You've got time to open up in this pose. You can take your head on a cushion if you feel any tension in the neck. If you need that during the pose, then again, come out of it mindfully, get your prop and come back into it. And then think about the softening through the body. Soften the face, release the jaw tension. Release tension through the fingertips, the palms, the back of the hands, the arms. Soften through the belly. Tops of the legs, the shins. And allow softness to fall right to the toes. One more minute in this pose. Take the upper arm, Back down to the floor. Engage through your abdominals, engage through your arm muscles as you bring yourself back up to a tabletop. Just take some gentle swaying motions, circular motions through the body, through your tabletop, moving one direction and then the other. Again, just encouraging that movement of energy through the body, encouraging that blood circulation. And then come back to find stillness in your tabletop before you take the threaded needle to the other side, taking one arm up, take it under the armpit and really find that extension, first of all, the side of the face, the shoulder, comfortably to the floor. And then allow your upper arm to take the bind, draping it around the back of the spine, unless you feel you're getting more benefit by lightly pushing the floor away from you. So you're just getting that extra twist into the upper body. And then find softness. That softness moving from the face. Scan the body, releasing the tension all the way down. The crown of the head, to the fingertips, to the toe tips. One more minute in this pose. And release. Taking the upper arm down to the mat. Engage through the arm muscles, the hand muscles, the abdominal muscles coming back up. And again, take that gentle circular motion from your tabletop. Bigger circles, changing directions. And then finding stillness again, we're going to come onto our bottoms to come into a reclined butterfly pose. So in reclined butterfly, you need the bolster again, the cushion behind you. Take it to the base of the spine. You're going to be able to plant your head as well, so make sure the bolster is long enough. You bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to fall out. And then you're taking your body down the length of the cushions. Try to get your arms on the outside so that you can feel an opening across the chest. The arms can drape, just take them away from the body, opening the palms to the ceiling. Don't let your head fall towards the floor. Give yourself a little half chin lock, so you imagine your forehead is in the same height as your nose or your chin, rather than taking it back. And allow yourself just to fold in this reclined butterfly. Opening up your heart center, giving it space to breathe, and we're going to hold this pose for 4 minutes. And again, find that softness, surrender to the softness. Let your body be as it needs to be. Let your mind go where it needs to go. It might be that perhaps at times like this, instead of you are what you eat, it could be you are what you think. Particularly at the moment, and if you focus on the negative narrative that there is right now, your only outlook on life will be what's not working, what's not right. And that will have a drain on your senses. It will heighten your anxiety, heighten your stress levels. And in reality, we could look at this as an opportunity of being given a rare moment in history. Stop and have a collective pause, a global collective pause. So what you do with this time now is up to you, and you could use it, you could choose positivity, productivity, community, and kindness. So we choose wisely. Two more minutes in this pose. Release to the sensations. Allow your body to rest and digest, and open to the sensations. So lift your knees together as you come out of this pose. Roll over onto your right side before coming up to a comfortable seated. Extending the legs out in front of you. Just take the arms behind you and just lock the elbows, sinking to the shoulder separates, and just feel that opening through the torso. We're moving into cow face, seated position. So the easiest way to get into this is from a tabletop pose again. So just bring the knees behind you. And take one foot in front of the other so that you're bringing the knees together, stacking them. And then you're going to come and sit down. You might be sitting on your heel. You might be able to keep your feet back so that you can sit down on your seat bones. Or you might want to sit on a cushion. That's absolutely fine. There's lots of variations. If this is too intense on the knees, with your knees stacked and your feet back to either side of towards your hips, even if you're sitting on your heel, that's absolutely fine. If it's too intense, then you can just straighten one leg and have one knee stacked on the other with the foot drawn back towards you. So your choice here, whichever you'd like to do with your seated position. Make sure your strap is close by. So when you've got yourself settled and seated, we're then going to come into our cow face arms. So whichever arm you'd like to use first, you take the strap down your back, take the elbow, guide it, the hand down your back. You might not need the strap at all, by the way, but take the strap in case you do. Extend your other arm, drop the thumb to the floor, take it behind you to meet your grip or the strap, your choice. And then if you want to intensify this, if you have got your hands close together, your wrists close together, and you can fold forward if you want to, your choice. We're just going to hold this for a couple of minutes. I know it's an intense hip opening. It's quite strong on the shoulders. But as always, with all of these poses, you release the tension in your body, release the muscles. You'll find you'll slowly sink deeper into it. Allow your breath to flow as it needs to flow. You might find it's slightly more shallow if you're finding this slightly more tense pose. This is how you react. As you open up, you might then find your breath starts to calm down. You're able to breathe slightly more deeper. Just imagine that energy starting to flow around the body, feeding, nourishing, strengthening. Sometimes in these poses, it's not holding on that makes you stronger, it's actually letting go. Believe that, release, let yourself open. To release the bind first of all, moving mindfully, and then take the weight forward to come to rest on the hands so that you can unbind the legs. Your choice of position here, you can take it through some movement with cat-cow, or you can even push yourself back into a downward dog and walk the dog if you want to, just to feel that opening through the hips, that balance through the hips. And then we're taking it into the other side. The other leg, feed it around, make sure your knees are stacked. And again, come to sit either on your heel, on a block, on a bolster. You can even take a cushion between the legs if that is more comfortable for you. If it is too intense, please extend the lower leg. And you might find, as always, we haven't got balanced bodies. Might be a bit different this side, that's fine as well. And then we're taking the strap into the opposite hand, feeding it down the spine, extend the opposite hand, drop the thumb, bend at the elbow, take it up from the back of the spine to meet your other hand, or creeping it further along the strap. And we're holding this for another 2 minutes. Time to really release. Time to soften the face, release the tension in the jaw. As you find it becomes more comfortable, just make the pose work for you again. Try to get your seat bones closer to the floor, perhaps take your hands closer together, or to the wrists if you're already linked, or folding forward. As always, the first place to start is that surrendering to the softness of your pose. One more minute on this side. To release the bind, and then take the weight forward to unbind your legs, moving mindfully, moving slowly, recognizing that the muscles not being activated. Then you can take that swaying motion, or you can push back into your downward dog, and again walk the dog out, relaxing the head. Walking into the feet, the ankles, the backs of the legs. As you get to know your body, you sort of recognize what it's asking for in a counter pose. And respect it, be kind to yourself. Let's move round into our caterpillar pose, our forward fold. We have options again with this one. Extend the legs in front of you. If you have tight hamstrings, you might want today just to have a cushion at the backs of the knees. You can always sit on a cushion as well, just to tilt your pelvis forward slightly. And then allow your arms just to walk down the sides of the legs. If you want to take the strap, if you're not quite there, you can just have the strap, just bind it around the balls of the feet and allow yourself to pull slightly, just gently, not engaging the muscles too much. If you want to work deeper into the hamstrings, then move the cushions away, move the cushion away from you. And again, allow yourself just to fold forward, using the strap if you want to, just to have that pull, that extra pull, or maybe just fold the body over. The final option is always taking a cushion on top of your legs so that you can come to rest your head on the cushion, whichever way is right for you today. The target area here is the base of the spine, the back of the ribs. So you're not wanting to collapse into the diaphragm imagine there's still a space there created in the diaphragm in the chest area, rather than closing the ribs around it. Still imagine there's space there. You have another 2.5 minutes to allow yourself to open up into the maximum of this. Fifty more seconds. Mindfully engage through your abdominals as you bring the body back upright. You can continue to walk the hands all the way behind you so that you're able to sink again into your shoulder sockets, locking the elbows. Either allowing the head to drop back or just bringing it to the chest wherever you feel comfortable with it today. But I want you to feel the sensations. Your body settles back into its neutral state. You're compressing the organs with the forward fold, which is always nourishing. Also really pulling on the ligaments around the vertebrae, spine, the lower back. We're just going to move into a stretch, the dragonfly. You might want to move lengthways on your mat so that you're able to cushion your heels. So you have your legs as wide as is comfortable to have them open. If you can't open your legs very wide, then it's absolutely fine to have your knees bent and feet flat to the floor. You might find that you're able to take them just a little bit wider that way. Again, as before, you can tilt the pelvis forward by taking the cushion to the seat bones so that you can feel that tilt of the pelvis. Take a bolster just in front of you, a cushion in front of you. And you're going to start to fold from the hips, just taking the body down, rest forehead, take the head to the side. If you've got bent knees, you can take your arms over the top of the leg, just let your head hang heavy. Your choice. Feeling the stretch, the inner thigh, the outer thigh, And I do fold at the base of the spine. Just holding this pose for a couple of minutes. I'll let you know after 1 minute if you're resting your head to a side, perhaps maybe move it to the other side. We're halfway through if you need to turn your head to the other side if you are lying. Final 10 seconds. And release. Engaging the abdominals as you bring your body upright. Just lift the legs together. And again, taking the hands behind you, just open up through the torso. You drop the head back, or you can take it to the chest, wherever is comfortable. Just open up through the torso. Again, feel the after effects, feel the sensations you might be feeling through the legs, through the hips, along the body. We're just going to come into our final pose, which is our happy baby. So I'll just do it from the side first of all. So we call this in yin yoga saddle pose. It's like our yang happy baby. So having your spine flat, the back of the neck long, take the feet up to the ceiling and the knees wide. So you're taking the legs into little L shapes. And then trying to keep your tailbone to the floor. So you're just resting your hands around the outside edges of the feet. If you can't get there, just rest them on the ankles. So you've got the grip there, but you're able to keep the weight of the arms heavy so that it starts pulling the legs down. If that's too intense, you can take a strap around one foot, rest the other, so do half happy baby, just allowing the strap to pull down. We're holding it for 2 minutes, so I can tell you after 1 minute in case you're doing a half happy baby. The weight of the arms as the shoulders fall to the floor. Pull the knees closer down either side of your body and your tailbone closer to the mat. We're halfway in this pose if you need to change legs in half saddle pose. Allow the knees to come close together towards your chest as you give yourself a hug. And just gently rock side to side. You're just massaging the base of the spine into the kidneys, nourishing all the nerve endings that run up and down the spine. Then roll over onto your right side to come up to seated. We're coming into our final Savasana, but your Savasana, because it's restorative, can be a lifted, supported Savasana if you'd like it to be. In supported Savasana, you take the bolster to the base of the shoulder blades, so have the cushion long ways at the base of the shoulder blades. Have another cushion or block under the hips, so that the backs of the shoulders and the head and the heels are the only things touching the floor. So the back of the shoulders, the head, the arms, and the heels. Everything else is supported by a cushion. So that's your choice for Savasana, either your standard Savasana lying flat to the floor, releasing through the body, or in your supported one. I'll set the timer. And breathe. What happens when we just breathe? Inhale and exhale. Tune in with your breath and listen to your body. Just breathe. Your breath is your key to your inner light, and your key to finding your connection to the universe. Quiet your mind and feel your breath. This is how you find your peace. This is how you tune into your happiness. This is where you will find your true self. So if you wish to continue in Savasana, that's fine. Otherwise, start some gentle moving to your fingertips, to toes. And allow yourself to roll onto your right side before you come up to a comfortable seated position. We'll seal our practice with a cleansing breath. So inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. Thank you for letting me guide you through your yin this evening. Namaste.